Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today's video will be an in-depth hero guide for Luke Skywalker, and we'll be looking into his playstyle, tips and tricks for his abilities, and his best stat cards for the most seriousest villains and Hero Showdown. Starting off with his playstyle, Luke is one of the most well-rounded heroes in Battlefront 2. However, his low health regen does leave him vulnerable to combos or just strong abilities like Vader's Choke. He has incredibly high damage with the star card Intensify and can combo well with all three of his abilities. In Heroes vs Villains, try to build your Intensify and stick with your team. Lots of Luke players like to spam their abilities and then spam their saber swings after, but this is not a great idea because you'll find yourself with no regen, no team, and no abilities very soon, and then you'll find yourself dead in a matter of seconds. Instead, it's better to try and survive as Luke and build your Intensify, so after the match is halfway finished, your Intensify is maxed out and you can delete enemy Blaster Hero's health within a matter of seconds. It's also worth noting that ledging an enemy is an easy way to get a kill in Heroes vs Villains, and Luke is very good at that with his push because he can use it in the air, making it more diverse. So if you do feel like getting some free kills, go for ledges on maps with ledges like Kashyyyk and the Resurgent class Star Destroyer. Your push can also be used defensively if you're finding yourself on low health or low stamina and you need to give yourself some space or your teammates some space. You can use your push to get rid of your enemies and allow your teammates to regenerate health and abilities. Another thing worth mentioning is that Luke's Repulse leaves you vulnerable to enemy abilities such as a choke or a claw rush, so be careful when using it in front of those heroes. In 1v1 duels, you want to play the long game and build your Intensify. Be careful not to take too much damage and avoid getting caught in enemy combos because Luke's low health regen will make him suffer from high damage combos such as Vader's Choke or Grievous's Thrust Surge. However, due to Luke's quick health regeneration speed, you can stay offensive and regenerate health while you're attacking, allowing you to dominate your enemy and win the match. Moving on to some tips and tricks for Luke's abilities. Luke can do a hook swing after a rush to deal quick damage to your enemy. Luke can lunge after his push by keeping your reticle on the enemy and swinging immediately after you push. If you swing too soon, you can frame trap your enemy and only get one hit, although this does allow for combos. Luke can use his push in the air to catch enemies off guard and get behind their block easily. Luke cannot do a hook swing after a lunge like other heroes, like Obi-Wan and Anakin. Luke can do a sort of hook push by jumping behind your enemy and then using your push instead of a swing. Due to Luke's fast sprint speed, you can hit hook swings more consistently than other heroes. You can chain a push immediately after a repulse. The hitbox on Luke's rush is very large, similar to the hitbox on jump attacks. Notice how that Luke isn't actually touching Vader, although he's still doing damage. This allows you to dodge behind an enemy and then use rush to get damage through their block. Like other heroes with different abilities, Luke can chain a push immediately after his parry to make the push go through his enemy's block. Luke's rush can go through General Grievous's block by rushing to the side of him and then looking into his body. Luke can chain a push after a hook swing, allowing for massive combo potential. One last thing to say is that Luke's rush can rush through General Grievous's flourish and make him not take damage. Moving on to the best star cards for Luke Skywalker. For 1v1 duels, you'll definitely want to run Epicenter and Intensify. Intensify is a simple star card that increases the damage of Luke's lightsaber swings by 2 every time he deals 200 damage to villains. This is very useful because in long duels, his damage can get insane and it does add up. Epicenter is another simple star card that increases Luke's repulse damage by 40 if enemies are hit within the center of its radius. However, this extra 40 damage does go through blocks, which makes it really useful for stopping enemy regen and even finishing off low health enemies. The last star card is down to you, but I would recommend either Jedi Reflexes, Jedi Fighter, stronger repulse for a larger radius of Epicenter, or Rush Immunity. I like to run Rush Immunity because the 15% damage reduction after you use Luke's Rush is really useful. This is because Luke has a low health regeneration pool, so you'll take less permanent damage for the 3 seconds after you use Rush. So if you're hit twice by the saber throw from Darth Vader, this will deal 60 permanent damage if you weren't running this card, but 30% less if you are running this card. For heroes vs villains, I'll take off Rush Immunity but keep Intensify and Epicenter for the same reasons I run it in 1 vs 1 duels. Again, the last stock card is down to you, and you can pretty much run any of these, although I wouldn't run Deflection Mastery because it's a pretty useless stock card that doesn't do much at all. I've tried this stock card out a couple of times and I can't really notice the change or the stamina decrease, so I wouldn't recommend this card. It does practically nothing. One thing to note is that if you legend enemy while running Intensify, the damage will instantly increase to 36. So for this reason, it's sometimes nice to run Stronger Push or Extended Push Reach on maps with ledges so that you can get that 36 extra damage instantly if you legend enemy. Like in the other hero guides, I'm going to be playing a couple 1v1 duels for you to display the things I've been mentioning in the previous aspects of this video. So subscribe for more content, enjoy, and I'll see you out on the Battlefront.
Hold on, Vader. You handle the rest.
You cannot hide forever.
Darth Vader has been struck down. You are mine. Die. Drop your weapons. Oh, another.
Twist and fall. Resist. You're nothing.
Kylo Ren has met his match.
Greetings, exalted ones.
Stay there! Get back! Ugh.